As a sociologist, one of my favorite things to talk about is gender socialization. Why? Because gender socialization is this myth that we were told when we were born with certain parts of our bodies and certain chromosomes. We were told a story about who we are, what we are capable of, what we should be doing with our lives, what roles we will play, that have absolutely nothing to do with actual ability or prowess or interest, and everything to do with this biologically determined way of walking through the world. And I am here to tell you that the story that you were told about you has nothing to do with you. And I'm wondering if I could promise you that the story that you were told about you has nothing to do with you, could it have less power over you? If you were told as a girl that to be successful when you are smart and talented looked like getting a really good job working for someone else, that was the pinnacle of achievement, that it was security and success when you had that big job and the paid benefits and the vacation and the fancy office. What if instead I told you that creating meaningful work as an entrepreneur is what you should follow if that is what feels authentic to you? You do not need to follow this script or this narrative that what you are capable of is the highest echelons of something that somebody else has created, right? The whole COO, right? The woman's the COO, but she's never the CEO because the visionary is always a man. Think differently about what is possible for you, because the system that created the dynamics around gender did not have your success in mind. It wasn't created for women's success. In fact, most of the time it was created for women's unpaid labor in the home in order to prop up the men who had that paid labor in the workforce. Women, they were told, were confined to the private sphere, to the home, to the family, whereas men took up space in the public sphere. There is absolutely nothing within us biologically that should lead us to believe that we are not capable of taking up space wherever we want to be. And by the way, if the voice that is telling you you can't be successful as an entrepreneur or that it's too risky, if that voice is coming from inside your head, I want you to remember how important it is not to confuse where you are hearing that voice with its origin. What do I mean by that? I mean, just because you are hearing it in your head doesn't mean it's your thought. Socialization is extraordinarily powerful. And if you have been given this message your whole life, of course you have imbibed it. So even if that voice comes from within, I want you to sit down and talk to her. And I want you to ask her, is this how I really feel? Is this what I really feel success looks like? Is this really what I'm capable of? Or is this something somebody else or a whole society told me what I was capable of? And if it's the latter, disagree with it and take steps to change it. I promise you, the social construction of gender is not immutable. It is not something that is a foregone conclusion or an absolute truth. It is a story you were told about you that isn't true. And now is your chance to stop believing it and do what you want to do as an entrepreneur.